In Minecraft Skyblock, having fuel for automation is essential. You need fuel to run a ton of different systems, ranging from fishing bots to even slayer bots that kill mobs. But that is why today we are upgrading all the way from coal fuel to iron fuel. But if you are a part of the 90% of people that watch my content and are not subscribed, consider subscribing, as I'd appreciate it a ton. But with all of that out of the way, let's hop right into this. It is time to advance on our island and keep progressing. Nothing has really changed since last video besides the fund, which has unlocked the demonic realm, which is the diamond armor in the game, so I have been getting that all prepared for making a lot of progress for automation. If we take a look in PV3, I'm already working on my tools, which is really good. I've already got armor going as well, which is nice, and our PvE axe, so we can start doing progression within that as well. I think though today we're gonna get rid of this system here, and the reason we're getting rid of it is because we're going to start making iron fuel. So the main plan is to get rid of this funnel system that I have set up here currently, and then what we're going to do is funnel it all the way up to the top and then build automation above this, so then we have more space to work with. It's a pretty decent idea to use the space we have currently, that is definitely for sure. The only downside is we're going to stop producing coal right now, which is not good, so we got to do this quickly. I'm going to go ahead, destroy the rest of that, and there we go. We do need our pickaxe out, and we are also going to go ahead, grab out some hoppers. And in island upgrades, we're gonna buy this upgrade so we have link chests, teleport pads, and electricity available, which is gonna be amazing. Can't wait to use electricity at some point here. And if you guys are gonna purchase anything on the Cosmic Sky store, make sure to use my creator code. It is quite literally my branding name, and I'd appreciate it a ton. It goes a long way. So here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna go ahead and grab a block here, and we're gonna break this glass and put a hopper here. Basically, I wanna make sure the coal is not getting stuck on the actual hopper there, and it looks like it's working as intended that I wanted it to work like. So we're gonna turn on chunk borders here, and we need to set up a crafting bot. So we're gonna go into here. Where's our crafting bot? There we go. And we also need upgrades. Got a tier 2 and a tier 1. And we have our coal fuel production is definitely gonna slow down while we're doing this, but it will be fine. I think I have a good layout visioned in my brain that I'm kind of just going ahead and working with. So our crafter bot is gonna be facing this way, and then the coal's gonna go into the side there. We do have to make sure we get this to where the crafter bot is not on a block. There we go. And then we'll have water underneath, pushing any items that it crafts down into there. We're gonna put in the upgrades, so tier 1, tier 2, go here to iron fuel. And now that I'm thinking about it, okay, so I did just realize we are gonna have to move this down one. We do need to do that. So I've rebuilt it in a way to where the items will slide onto a tube funnel that goes all the way up here, and then we're gonna have things go downwards, like automation designs. It's gonna be interesting. So to make sure we have as much space as possible, we're gonna go up about 64 blocks total on the height that this goes up. At least that's how high I want to go, unless we have a height limit, which it doesn't look like it. So I guess right here is where it's gonna start moving the items along the areas that we want to build things going downwards. I think that's the plan. The only downside to doing this is we do have to place a ton of water and glass, and realistically it does look kind of cool having all these tubes everywhere. I'm gonna be straightforward, it does look really cool. So I've put all the glass in, we have a ton of water buckets, we have to go inside this and start placing a ton of water, and I'm like 99% certain it has to literally be every block. So it won't take too long, but it's just kind of tedious. We should pretty much be done, and last piece of water, there we go. So the whole tube is working, we just have to place this here, and there we go. We're gonna grab a collection chest really quickly, and we need a regular chest, and we're gonna do the technique where it takes out double the items if it has too many items in it, where you put down a regular chest, you put a collection chest on the side to make it double, and then we're gonna make this iron scraps. There we go. The mining area is gonna be just above the fuel. The only difference is that we're actually going to kickstart it and then run it on iron fuel, go along this way, and we're gonna place in some water, see how far it goes. Then we go ahead, put down this and put down this. There we go. And then we need to go along where the iron fuel is gonna be set up. So we need to grab our iron nodes actually. That is kind of crucial. And we need about 24 to start with. So all the glass here is going to be iron nodes once we can place them in, because we need to do a lot of diorite mining or just have bots run on it, which we're probably going to do. But we're going to finish up the tube anyways, just so then it's prepared. And I am going to go ahead and start taking this fuel out because we are going to need it. And I'm going to have to grab some spare for the diorite mining. We're going to destroy this because I built it a little bit wrong and I need to audit this just a bit. That should do it. Never mind. mind. We have to shuffle it over just one more. Okay, that'll do it. Put some water down. All right, that tube is now done. Now we have to drop it down to here, which is also pretty easy to do as well. And we put the water in, and there we go. We are done. So I'm just gonna start placing in all this dye right here, and we're just gonna get it all placed in. Because if we look at island mining, we need 9,000 mined, and each one of these is actually gonna count. Also, now that I'm realizing, it did actually say cobblestone is an option, 4,000 of it, and we have 1,000 done. It's probably cheaper on the value of fuel that actually gets used, so it's probably a better option. So I put a full row of fuel in here. It should hopefully be enough. If not, I can put more in. We take a look here. We're already going up 15 already. We're gonna get that done very quickly, and then I'm gonna give an update once we are able to start running all this and placing down the iron nodes. So let's get this going. So it is early in the next day, and as you can see, the system is working as intended. I got the iron nodes down. I did get the diorite done with to place these iron nodes, and then of course, I made a backlog system for the iron fuel since we're making a lot more than we actually need. I just don't have it spinning in a loop anywhere, or going down here at least for now, so we need to figure that out. But I do have a plan on how we're gonna get the iron fuel down here. We're gonna just make a system that we had before. I just don't know if this will work as intended, so we're gonna try this out. We're gonna go here and break this block and see how far the water flows. It flows right to where it's supposed to go. Perfect. Then we can go ahead and break this, put a glass block, and the water's gonna spill everywhere, which is fine though, not really an issue. And then I think for specific things, we're gonna have just iron fuel going into it. So for example, the Slayer, we're actually going to make it so it's only iron fuel being put into this. And we're gonna change how the hoppers actually collect here. The best way to put placeholder items is put like 4 different blocks. It could be different types or just the same type. And then I do need to go ahead and go to the chest system here. I am gonna grab out a little bit of iron fuel. We're gonna put some in here and then fill the back of the bot with this because it's gonna access the start of the system or the fuel line, which is here. So it's always gonna be using iron fuel constantly. And then I think for the axolotl, we're gonna do the exact same thing, just for the axolotl though, because it does use a lot of fuel at the end of the day. So we're gonna turn that guy on, and then we'll turn this guy on, and then we are gonna put a tier 2 upgrade into this so we can use the iron fuel at a efficient pace to get more island XP. Let's grab the tier 2 upgrade, place it on the bot, and now it should kill a lot more cows, as you can see. Also, I forgot to put a backboard here. The fuel was flying everywhere, which is not intended, but now it should land here and then flow along this system. Yep, there it goes, and then it'll just go into the Slayer or this fisher with the axolotls, which is awesome. We are gonna buy the axolotl bait, and we're gonna put one down there because we don't actually have that fully filled in. One thing I have noticed with the fishing setup is we are using more fish than it can actually keep up with. I just want to watch this and make sure it keeps up, or if we can remove a few. I don't really know the respawn times on these because it doesn't tell you. You just kind of have to eyeball it and see how many will spawn in and respawn at the same time. So I might do the same with the frogs and the salmon as well, so let's get that done. So what I've done is I made the bot setup only have 4 fish in each one because it's about 3 of the fish, and then one's usually sitting there, maybe 2. As you can see, it respawned right when that one got killed. So it's around that ballpark that you only need around 4. So what I'm doing is I'm moving some of this fuel over that I was stocking up just so we have a backlog of iron fuel in case we have a situation like last night where we have to keep fueling a system constantly. I'll give an example of what I mean. So what I was doing was I was grabbing regular fuel from here and just throwing it into the coal bot constantly for like an hour while I was waiting for the cobblestone to actually be done mining over here. And I know earlier I called it diorite. It was because we were doing that earlier and I completely forgot we did cobblestone. But the point is, it's kind of useful to have some backup fuel just in case. You never know when you'll need it. Okay, so it's been a couple of hours since I recorded the last clip, and what I want to do really quickly is start setting up spiders and set up kind of like a water flowing system where the spawners will be at, so we don't have to have a ton of spawners down and have to push them into the spot every time. So here's the thing, we're gonna grab all these cow spawners and we're gonna put them all away because we do not need them anymore, at least for now. And we have spiders, we're gonna grab all of these, and I do want to go into our island upgrades. We're gonna upgrade our spawner stack limit so we can have have 10 in one spawner. I want to upgrade this as much as I can. So we're at 16 now, 18. Can we get to 20? Oh, we can get to 22, 25. Okay. Okay, 25 seems good enough. And then I have an idea of how I want to build this. We just need some wood. So I do have an idea of how I want to build this. We do need iron bars just for the time being for spiders only. I don't know if we have any iron bars in the shop. If not, we'll have to use fences or something. Or actually, we can just use chain. Actually, never mind. We can just use chains, even though they are expensive. It's definitely worth using them because I don't know where to find iron bars. I'm going to be honest. I just realized I do have to shuffle this over just one, and we're going to move over the Slayer one block. I did a little bit of an oopsie. Okay, so I've been doing a bit of auditing to this whole thing. I did make it so the hoppers are the same as the smelter, where it's no longer under the track itself. It's in the honey blocks, and we're going to have 2 Slayers down with tier 2 upgrades. And I did decide we're not going to use chains anymore. We're actually going to use the glass panes because it is a lot cheaper. You get way more for like the minimal amount of glass, which is nice. So now that we have made the little tunnel that where the spider is going to go along, we're going to go into shop and we're going to buy more wood and build a little platform out here that is essentially going to be where they spawn. I will have to figure out how I'm going to do the water pushing system, but first we're just going to build a platform and then we'll design it later. So the platform is made. We just need to have it go 6 blocks out this way, and then we have 6 out this way as well, if I'm not mistaken. But the spawners are going to be right around here. So right in this area, we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can have 100 spawners total. And if we need more, we can definitely get more. For now, it's going to be 100. I had to make the platform just as kind of a layout to know how I'm going to build this. Now we can destroy the underneath mostly, and then we can reuse some of these blocks as well, because we have to make a water flowing system now. So I think I have the water system done, if I'm not mistaken. I might have to audit it if it doesn't reach the corner or it goes past the corner, but otherwise I think we are good. But it looks like it's overflowing just slightly, so we are going to push this back on the bottom here, down 1. There we go, that works. Now for the test run, we have to put our spawners in. Hopefully this works as intended, and I am going to teleport my ult up here, and it is working as intended. So the only thing we're missing out on is another Slayer bot and a collection system, so we are going to get rid of the smelter here and make a collection area. Actually, we're just going to keep this collection area here, and we're going to take out the items that we were picking up here, and we'll go ahead and put in string and the spider eyes. Now it should collect all the loot, which is good. As you can see, it's all going in here. Let's go. All right, Slayer's down with his upgrades. We just need to grab a little bit of coal fuel for all the extra loot there, and there we go. We are done. For now, it's going to stay wood, but I'll change it to glass off camera. But that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video. I do appreciate all the support, and I will see you all in the next one.